Today I fucked up by not calling out my neighbor when my phone fell out his pocket. Okay, so I have this neighbor, 32 male. We will call him Phil. A few weeks ago my house was broken into and robbed while I was away at work. I work overnight, so it happened of course at night, and news got around the neighborhood, being that I called police and few cars came out. So the next following day I'm sitting outside in my carport on my iPhone just scrolling, and my neighbor Phil approaches me and tells me he heard what happened and asking if I was alright. He then proceeded to tell me to install cameras here and there, and we talked for about 10 minutes catching up. I'd also like to add, we've attended the same elementary school, so we known each other for over 20 years and watched each other grow all through high school, although we were not particularly close. Anyway, we are catching up. He is telling me funny stories, reenacting them, falling to the ground, having a great OL time. Well, it just so happened when he was doing another one of his funny stunts, my phone falls out his pocket. The first thing he said was, "Oh shit, it fell." I am confused at first because I did not see what actually fell. Since it fell behind him, I assumed it was his phone. He picks it up, and it takes me a few seconds to realize until I notice it's the same bright red iPhone as mine without a case. I was super taken back, and my first initial thought was, oh cool, we have the same phone, but the struck me in a blank of an eye that my phone isn't on the stool that I left it. I asked him with wide eyes open, "Is that my phone?" Quote. My jaw's literally on the ground. He said, "Yes, of course you left it outside, you didn't want nobody to take it." So I said thank you, and he handed it over to me, and we proceeded to talk for another 5 minutes until I found an excuse to go inside because my mind was just so blown at what actually just happened. So my thing is, before they discovered my phone, I did step inside my house to grab something no more than 40 seconds. It's a private property, so I left my phone in my porch carport. So I thinking maybe I can give him the benefit of the doubt? But we were already talking for 10 million plus when I returned before the phone fell. So had plenty time to tell me, and there was no reason for him to have placed it in his pocket as my door is literally few steps away. He still waves his few times, and I wave back, but I'm shocked that I could go through a robbery, and my neighbor tries to pull a fast one on me while checking up on me. I hope maybe he just forgot to tell me he placed it in his pocket. It hurts me to know that he could have done such thing knowing my house was just broken into. I've never been mind fucked in my whole life like this. Edit. I do not believe he was responsible for the robbery. I actually suspect it's an even closer neighbor to me. That's for a different story. I believe he was taking advantage of the vulnerable situation I was just left in. Too long did not read. Neighbor pockets my iPhone while we are having friendly convo. 10 minutes of conversation ensued. Phone falls out his pocket, hands it over to me, and I thank him and still wave when he waves. No plausible reason to have pocket phone as I am private property. I think you found your prime suspect for the robbery. He was fishing for info talking about cameras. I would put money that your neighbor Phil has something to do with your home being robbed. Your neighbor robbed your house. Your edit is hysterical. This man stole your phone. You'd never have known save for it falling out of his pocket right in front of you, but yet you think he had nothing to do with robbing your house. Why did you even post this? What was the point? Damn, the comments just read that you are either stupid or willfully ignorant. This man definitely has something to do with the robbery. How TF did he even know when to tell you to get cameras? That's 100% someone trying to act like the good guy. How stupid are you? Denying the truth when so many can see it. Today I fucked up by telling my sister she deserved to be cheated on, and now my whole family is furious with me. This happened last week, and now everyone in my family is giving me the silent treatment. I guess I get why, but I don't know if I was really that out of line. My sister, who's been married for 3 years, found out her husband was cheating on her. She was obviously devastated, and she came to me, venting and crying about how unfair it was and how he's ruined her life. I listened for hours, but honestly, I'm conflicted about the whole thing because I know she's not an innocent party. See, she's been a pretty manipulative partner herself. She's always nitpicking her husband, never appreciates anything he does, and she's openly flirted with other guys when they've gone out. I've seen her do it, and it always made me uncomfortable. Finally, she asked me point blank if I thought she deserved this, and in the heat of the moment, I told her, honestly, maybe you kind of do. If you're going to treat people like crap, it's going to come back to you eventually. Now, my family thinks I'm the worst sibling alive. Everyone's texting me about how insensitive I was, and my mom called to say I should apologize immediately for kicking her while she's down. But am I really wrong for saying what everyone was thinking? She wanted the truth, so I told her. Anyway, now I'm questioning if I totally messed up. I didn't mean to add to her pain, but is it really wrong to call someone out on their own toxic behavior? Too long did not read. Sister got cheated on and asked if I thought she deserved it. I said, kind of, because she's been a toxic partner herself. Now my whole family is mad at me for being insensitive. She deserves to be divorced, not cheated on. Esh. Seems more like R. Amethyst hole material. Waiting for the plot twist. I didn't mean to add to her pain. That's exactly what you meant to do. How do you think your comment could be received except adding to her pain? Your sister forgot a very important rule. Never ask a question you don't want to hear the answer to. Plot twist. Op was the affair partner.